Hello everyone, what is cooking all you good looking people out there, and welcome to another exciting episode of GeoGuessr. Here we are in yesterday's daily challenge location. Big cliffside, waterfall, beautiful things going on. This is such a wonderful place. People drying off their pants. Guess got too eager, jumped right in to the water without removing their pants. Not a bad idea, but they got a hammock here. They got bikes, everything you need. This place is amazing, and it's time for me to guess where I think it is. I have absolutely no idea. Let's go with something fun. Let's go with Belize. I don't think it's Belize, but I'm just gonna guess it because that sounds like a fun guess to me. And let's go right around here. Make the guess, and the answer was no. It was actually Brazil, down over here in near Santa Maria. There's a specific name for this place? No, it is in the middle of nowhere. Beautiful. 1176. Hopefully some of you guys figured that one out. All right, here we are in today's daily challenge location. A really interesting spot. We've got these very cool sort of like sheds, shacks. I don't really know what these are. I'm assuming they're like a fishing thing of some sort. Some of them are raised up above the water level. Some of them are on the water level. They're all the same unpainted wood. So that's a bit confusing. Usually these kind of places are painted. Paint helps a lot, protecting these kind of structures from the elements. At least that was my thought. But apparently here that doesn't really seem to be an issue. Some of these places are, better off than others. This one is slowly sinking into the water. If we look over across the shore, we can see lots of little houses, but a lot more of these same types of structures directly along the water. Really interesting to find out what kind. Really interested in finding out what kind of places these are, and really interesting sort of place. Look at this. It's very bizarre. I haven't quite seen a place like it before. So if you have any idea where in the world we are, put your guesses down in the comment section below. Tell me where in the world you think we are. If you are the person that guesses closest, I will announce you as the winner in tomorrow's video's comment section. Now, there are no prizes, but there is glory to be won. So if you are interested in becoming the day's top GeoGuessr, then tell me. Where in the world do you think we are right now? All right, here we are in the main section of today's video. And today we are going to be doing a very cool viewer challenge as always. Now, before we do that, usually when we come back from this section, I pan around this picture. But today I am absolutely not doing that because this picture, apparently, there's like... If I turned around 180 degrees, which I'm not going to, there's like half a dozen naked people. And, well, I mean, a few dozen more people that are, in different varying versions of wearing bathing suits to not wearing any. Jeez, I didn't realize that you could just end up in a picture with, like, a bunch of naked people. That was very surprising. So, yeah, that was weird. All right, well, I guess now we are going to do the main section of today's video, which is brought to us by Lance and Derek. That's right, Lance and Derek, thank you so much for this one. Now, I know a little bit about geography. I guess my geography knowledge has pretty much, for the most part, come from GeoGuessr and not from prior knowledge or school or whatever. As it turns out, most of the stuff I know at this point about the world comes from playing GeoGuessr for so long, which is probably a sad thing, but it is true. But today, I'm going to be learning a little bit about history. Well, not really going to be learning about it that much as showing off just how much I don't know about history, because we are going to be visiting the sites of the 5 largest battles in history. Now, if I had to name them, I could absolutely not. But I've got an idea of places that could be involved in very large battles, but I don't know. We're going to find out. I think, well, at least the very last one is the largest battle, and I don't know if they go in order from, the first one is the, 5th largest, and it goes in that order. I don't know if it does that, but yeah, 5 largest battles, I'm assuming military battles, so we're talking about here in history. Lance and Derek, thank you so much for this challenge. If you're interested in creating your own custom challenge with a theme or without, all you need to do is look down in the description below to find a step-by-step guide on how to create your own custom challenge and how to send it to me. Also, you can find a link to this one so you can play along yourself. So, all right, let's do it. Thanks so much, Lance and Derek. Let's get right to it. Well, I'm sure that most of these places, if not all of them, will not look like they were the site of large battles. We find ourselves in a place where Britney Spears is set to appear, and this place looks like it's in Russia. All right. I was expecting at least one of them to be in Russia. Now, which one is that going to be? Well, I don't really know, but if I just had to make a guess, that would be... we would be in Volgograd? Is that at all possible? Or, no, I don't think St. Petersburg. I think Volgograd might be correct, but I don't know. How does St. Petersburg look in... oh, that's how it look. Yeah, all right. Yeah, Petersburg. That, all right, sure. That's how I'm gonna remember it. Although it doesn't really look like that. All right, so Volgograd. How about Ukraine? Is that a possibility? Again, I don't know what any of this says, so of course I probably don't even really need to be looking there. All right, but Volgograd is my current guess. Just guessing on that. Volgograd used to be called Stalingrad, or was it called Leningrad? I think Leningrad was St. Petersburg and Stalingrad was Volgograd, right? At least that's what I'm getting at in my guess. I think that's the truth, but I'll have to be honest, I don't know. I don't see anything here that rings any bells at all. All right. Well, let's move down this way. I mean, Stalingrad, that was a big battle, right? I believe it was. I would have thought it would rank higher though. So maybe this is like another one that I'm not ready for. Although as we are approaching, it is a big city. Is it possible that we are, legitimately in Moscow? Was there a big battle in Moscow? I mean, probably, right? I don't know. I don't know enough about... the thing about it is that being in school in North America, and I guess probably in parts of Europe, when learning about World War II, you don't really end up hearing that much about the Soviet role in World War II. And that's probably a shame. I mean, I can imagine why, probably sort of remnants of the Cold War in the educational system, as to why we're not hearing that much about the Soviets' involvement in World War II, because you really don't learn about it that much. Like, you do kind of, but not very much. So that's a little bit sad. Are we in Mokhba? That's what I'm trying to figure out, and I don't know how, because I am rubbish at reading Cyrillic, in that I don't know how to read Cyrillic. I can recognize it, and I often try to read it, but there's not much. I mean, I just want to guess Volgograd just because it'd be like, oh, there you go. I remembered something about my education, but like this word over here, the word with a Y, it seems to be on a lot of things. What is this word with a Y? Is it a city in the Ukraine? How about Minsk? No, that's just pretty much looks like Minsk. What about cities in the Ukraine? Are there any of them that start with a Y? I was just looking at Crimea, and I was wondering the other day if I knew the name of two cities in Crimea, and the answer to that, I believe, is no, I don't. I could only think of Sevastopol, and then for a long time I was thinking, is Lugansk in Crimea or not? It is not. So that answered a personal question I was wondering yesterday. The answer is no. I cannot name. I was also wondering, can I name 10 Russian cities off the top of my head? And I'm not going to do it now because it'd be cheating because I've just looked at a bunch. And the answer was, I'm not sure because as it turns out, I'm not really sure which cities are where. Cities, sorry. Good cities and stuff like that. I have no idea. I don't know what that Y word is. It looks like I've seen a lot of words that start with the letter Y, but I don't know what they are. It's very blurry. I don't really think we are in Moscow. We might be. I'm gonna go with Volgograd. It just seems right at this point. Where in Volgograd are we? Oh boy, really? I'm not convinced anymore. But oh god, I'm really not convinced. Can we just be in Moscow? I think it's starting to get pretty likely that we are just straight up in Moscow, and that's just gonna... No, we're gonna go with Volgograd on this one. Let's make the guess, and the answer was no. Wow, it was Kiev. Yeah, Kiev. Why is it written like that? Is that how Kiev is spelt? Really? They spell it like that? I was very confused for a second. I kind of lost my bearings as to where we are. Is it really spelled K-Y-I-V? I didn't think it was. I thought it was spelled K-I-E-V. K-Y-I-V? Kiev means the capital of the Ukraine. That's interesting. Maybe we'll visit Volgograd later. This is very confusing. I guess I'm completely confused about Ukrainian cities, thinking that Lugansk is in Crimea and thinking that Kiev is spelled differently. It's confusing things going on today. 2171. My god. All right, where are we now? Well, that was, I'm assuming, battle number 5. Although, it depends on the outcome. Could be a thing to be proud of. But I guess in general, you wouldn't necessarily want the place that you live to be the site of a big battle. Oh, okay, we find more Cyrillic around here. So Russia dominating the world for places with biggest battles. That is very interesting. Mokbel. All right, are we in Moscow? Very possible. Looks like this could be Moscow. See Mokba. All right, we are indeed in Moscow. Moscow, site of the 4th largest battle. I'm assuming this is during World War II, when the Nazis did the push into Russia, or did this battle happen in the sort of pushback? Interesting. Again, like I said, we don't hear too much about this. We don't talk about the Soviet involvement in World War II nearly as much as they should. I mean, they obviously should talk, there should be a bias as to Canada's involvement. I understand that. That makes a lot of sense. And I guess, therefore, a bias, because at the time, therefore, a bias on England's involvement. All right, that makes a lot of sense, too. And, we're close to America, so, of course, a bias on America's involvement in World War II makes a lot of sense. And, I guess because... those other players, that I guess it is understandable that because those two countries, the UK and America, are so relevant to the history of Canada and Canada itself, that there would be there's a lot to talk about there already. Do you have is there time to talk about Russia? Probably. But not talked about enough. Although it is talked about, it's not like a big old secret. Although sometimes it really does feel like it is. All right, because if you think, ask what are the top 3 countries that were on our side, and I used that were on our side in World War II. If you ask that to Canadians, I'm assuming the answer would be England, America, and I have a feeling that most people wouldn't say the Soviet Union as the third option, not to rank them in a particular order, I have a feeling most people would say France. And, I mean, honestly, America's role in World War II is pretty big, especially in the Pacific. But, Soviet Union's role in of course, Germany's role in World War II is, probably central, number one. But, I'm not exactly talking about that. I mean, I think you would put the Soviet Union in either number 1 or 2. In America, in number 1 or 2. I don't really know. I don't know enough. Again, I'm not really into history. I don't know too much about it. But interesting. I do love talking about weird biases and things that you don't get to hear about in educational system. All right, we figured out that we're in Moscow. We're somewhere in Moscow. We know that much. I don't know why I spent... Oh, well, it's because I was talking. These become very podcasty at times. Very much just me talking. Let's guess we're right there. Make the guess, and the answer was yes, Moscow is right. I wonder if the site of the battle is indeed this. Actually, it might be. That might be why we saw that park. The first site, if that was actually the site of the battle itself, barely even saw it. 5890. All right, we are in... Wow. Just this. Third largest battle in history, and it only gets a little monument. Well, okay. Bigger monument there. I was wondering, my God... Look at this. It's so tiny. You come here and you step here and you see this and you think, holy smokes. Imagine going back in a certain number of years. Now, the real question is, did all of these tombs... Okay. I don't know. It's hard to see what that said. Okay, let's go back over here. Okay, we're in France, I believe. So France would be the site of one of the biggest battles in World War. Yeah, we're in France. D roads, stuff like that. Of World War II. Again, I'm assuming most of these are during World War II. Right? What other war... we'll find out. But I'm assuming most of these are going to be in World War II. So, is this going to be... Interesting. This is not... Maybe this is World War I. It could be... This could be World War I. This could be World War I. There was no... Yeah, there was... Nothing happened in Russia during World War I, right? All... Things happened in Russia. Maybe... No, I think things happened in Russia during World War II. I'm not sure. See, that's the thing I totally forget. World War I is talked about much less than World War II, also. But I don't think we're in Normandy. So, where is... That's the real question. We are in France. What else do I know? Okay. Newfoundland Battlefield Memorial, Ulster Division Memorial. Yeah, okay. Oh, some. I feel like I've heard about this, definitely. I mean, look, there's Canadian involvement. Would have definitely heard about that. I feel like this rings a bell as maybe the name of the battle. I'm not 100% certain. That'd be World War I, obviously. Look at the dates. Wow. Can we go down this way? Oh, we can. I don't know if that's where it was telling us to go, but man, I wonder if you can... no, I doubt any trenches are still around. Those things. But, after World War I, I'm sure, the French were keen to rebuild. But, be interesting to know if there are still remnants of... the earth will just change itself. I mean, even if you decided to say, oh, we're gonna keep this area of land intact, and as battle stricken as it was, things will grow back. It'll be covered in grass. The winds will change the shape of the earth, and you won't even notice it. You won't even realize in in a long time. Although I do think there might still be trenches and stuff like that in some places. Wow, really, look how flat this land is. This is like a vast open landscape. God, and just imagine this being a giant, like covered in trenches and rain and mud and everyone around. It's just the openness and the vastness. That is what's really striking about here. Just to think, like, if you were in this situation, like, there's no hills protecting you. There, probably wasn't even that many trees protecting you. You're just out in the open. The enemy could, this is something. Wow, my God. So where are we? Well, I'm looking around this area, but where? To be honest, I don't know. I don't know this kind of geography. I mean, I can make a guess. Relatively close to Belgium, but I don't know. Maybe not even that close. Should we go down over here on this way? Could it be one of these battles that happen down here? It's possible. I don't know. Although this doesn't really. The borders were different back then too. So that's another thing to consider. Is there any way? I feel like the name of the city is changed though, and I feel like we saw. Okay, let me return to start location. Maybe if I go look at the names of these places, I'll have a better idea what's the name of what they're calling this place now. Thiepval. I don't know if I'm gonna see that on a sign. That's what I'm worried about. Rouen. Feel like maybe that's an okay place to guess as to maybe a name of a place we're close to, but I honestly have no idea. What are the rows we're seeing? Albert. Okay, so Albert is a place, and Albert or Albert, if I want to say it at least a little bit closer to what it's actually called. Do I see at Abbeville? I see a place called Abbeville. No, that's not it. Albert, where are you, Albert? I see Anthony, or Antony. Avalon. No, I don't see it at all, and I don't think I'm going to find it. I don't know where it is. I'm gonna guess it's somewhere around here. To make a guess, and the answer was no. It was north. I should have guessed north. So it was north. It was silly of me not to. But yeah, there it is. There's Thiepval. There's there's just, the area. Wow, 2874. Okay, now where are we? This is interesting. We're somewhere in Europe, and what kind of language do we got? Mobile Auger. I'm guessing that we are in Germany then. That would make sense. In Germany, are we going to Dresden? Dresden. Okay, that makes sense. Now, Dresden is, is it? Yeah, it's around over here, isn't it? I felt like it was, but I might be completely wrong. No, I'm completely wrong. There's too many cities that start with a D that are from there. Oh, there's Dresden. Really? That's where Dresden is. Interesting. That's where Dresden is. Okay. So we're in Dresden. Now, this is a battle. I would, again, maybe it's a World War I battle. It might be a World War I battle. It might be World War II. I mean, I'm assuming it's World War II. But it could be World War I. It's very close to the Czech Republic. It seems to make sense. But again, it's in this direction in general. A lot of stuff happened in this direction during World War II. And then probably during World War I as well. So, again, I'm just showing my ignorance as to, again, I'm not that much into history. I have just a very limited understanding of, the real way that World War II played out in terms of battles and what actually happened. You kind of get you get the idea of the story, but in terms of like what actually happened with dates and actual events, it'd be very hard for me to give a recount of World War I or II. with in any kind of form with a series of events. I wouldn't really be able to do that at all. So Dresden, there you go. A city I've heard of in the context of the World Wars, but where are we? It's a good question. Well, I would say there's a big area up here, so I would say we're probably close to there. Albert Park feels right. Let's make the guess, and the answer was, oh no, we weren't. We were in Berlin. All right, Berlin, that makes sense. So this is World War II, the end of the European part of World War II battle, right? I'm guessing that that's it. 2901. Okay, and here we are over here. Okay, where are we now? We are going to be in... let me get a little bit closer to that. Oh, backwards N. All right, is this going to be Volgograd? That is something that I do not know. What does... Not sure. All right, CTAPT. CTAPT looks very much like this, but it is not the same, so that's not it. And nothing here says Petersburg. All right. What about Volgograd? That is a word starts with a B. B-O pi. Well, okay, fine. How about this? Something 5? I doubt that's going to be it. And this, I can't really parse that in any kind of way. We could also be in... I mean, I think there's a possibility that we are going to be in Belarus, maybe. I don't really know. And I guess there's a possibility... All right, what does this say? Is this the name of a place? I don't know. I don't know what name of a place that would be. Well, it's not this one. And Belarus, I don't know. I mean, definitely some stuff happened there, but I wouldn't really know what. Okay. Is there anything else? We got this. I think this means street. So that might be the name of a street. Okay. What about over here? What do we have in terms of this? Sochi. No, that's probably just about the Olympics. I don't think we are in Sochi. It's just, I mean, it is about the Olympics. We know that much because the sign said, that was specifically about the Sochi Olympics. I was just one, that doesn't mean that we are in Sochi. In fact, I don't think it means we're there at all. The real question is, where are we? I think that's a street. What is this? This other word, the 409. I don't know. I don't know at all. Is there anything at all I can do to figure it out? I guess I just want this to be Volgograd because I would like to have at least guessed something. Oh boy. Oh, there you go. I was talking about how there's that one picture with naked people. I mean, there you go. Those people weren't naked, but there you go. Anything goes on GeoGuessr. .ru, so we are indeed in Russia. Saint something. Does this mean saint? That might mean saint. But that doesn't mean anything that I can tell. Saint something. What's another city that has a name like that? I'll have to be honest, I don't know. Nothing looks... It's got a name like that down here. And I don't think things happen too far this way. So... Oh boy, this is going to be... It's going to be very tricky. Does anything here... Asia 34... I don't think we're going to be further into Russia. That wouldn't... I don't think that's possible. Although, I mean, it is possible, but I would absolutely not know why. But, it is definitely possible. Is there anything else that I can figure out here? No. I guess I just have to go with Volgograd. I don't even know if there was a battle that ever really happened here. I just feel like there was. The answer was yes, indeed. Okay, I was right. I was right. That is Leninsk. No, this was Stalingrad, right? This area here is Stalingrad. I've heard about that. That's number one. Glad to know. I would have thought that something in Poland would have actually been on the list. Maybe Warsaw would have been. I don't know. I mean, you hear about Warsaw, and maybe, I don't know, is there anything about in the Pacific? I don't know. Maybe that doesn't count. I don't know. I mean, it's big as battles, right? Not like most of the destruction done too. But Stalingrad, which I'm assuming is this one, and the only one that I knew about, really, I guess, I think that's the name of the one that in France that we were. I've at least heard about it. I would have thought Normandy would have been bigger because we talk about it so damn much. But Somme, I guess, is the biggest by numbers-wise. And then there was Kiev, which apparently is spelt differently nowadays. Interesting. I've learned that today. Also, well, I guess we're going to go find out in reality. Kiev, which has turned out to be spelled differently. Moscow, which I should have expected that to be on there. Berlin, again, should have expected that to be on there. Some, I believe, which I would have expected it to be Normandy. And Stalingrad, which I was expecting to be there. I was also expecting Warsaw to be on there, but again, I have no idea if there was actually a battle there or if Warsaw just got kind of destroyed. It was Warsaw, right? It wasn't this one over here, Wrocław. It was Warsaw. And maybe, I don't know, I was thinking maybe the Pacific, but again, I'm not sure. As far as I know, the only World War I battle it was this one over here, whereas the others were all World War II. At least that's my understanding of it. 1951, if you guys want to chip in, tell me about history. What don't I know about World War II? There's a lot of stuff. What is some information about these battles, other things, if you guys want to talk about that, for sure. Of course, as you guys always do, remember to be respectful, because, you guys always are, so I don't need to say that. 1951, hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Aw, yeah. Cue the royalty-free music. 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, everybody, get on your feet. Stand up, look at the screen, and repeat. I'm gonna rate, comment, and subscribe. I love watching Ather vids all of the time. Thanks for dropping by and spending the time. Hope you've enjoyed, and let's get on with our lives. Oh yeah. Thanks to Kevin MacLeod for these awesome beats. Woo yeah. Have a good one.